jQuery fading effects. Okay, fading effects. So using jQuery, we can fade HTML elements in and out of visibility. So using jQuery, we can fade HTML elements in and out of visibility. Okay, we can appear and disappear the HTML elements. Okay, using these fading methods. So fading methods are four types. So first one, fade in. Second one, fade out. Third one, fade toggle. And fourth one, fade to. Okay, so these are the four methods for fading effects. So observe this capitalization also. So fade small letters, in capital letters, okay, out O caps, toggle T caps, two T caps. Okay, so observe this capitalization also. Before you write the methods, observe this one methods capitalization. So using fade in method. So jQuery fade in method is used to fade in a hidden element. Okay, we can appear the hidden element. Using this effect or method, using this method, we can fade in a hidden element. Okay, we can appear the hidden element when you click on the button. Okay, syntax for this fade in method: dollar symbol, selector, dot, fade in. The syntax for fade in method, uh, we have to provide the two parameters for fade in. One is speed and second one is callback. Okay, so this is the syntax for fade in method. So what is the speed and callback parameters in fade in method? So these both are optional parameters. Speed and callback both are optional parameters. Okay, optional parameters. And speed parameter, specifies the duration of the effect. Duration of the effect. And callback, okay, speed parameter specifies the duration of the effect, and it can take the values like take the values uh, slow, fast, okay, slow, fast, or milliseconds. Okay, so milliseconds nothing but 1000 is equal to 1 second. Okay, speed parameter accept these values. You can give the value like slow or fast, or you can give the values in milliseconds. So 1000 is equal to 1 second. So like this you can give the values. You can give the milliseconds. Okay, 1000, 2000. Okay, 2000 for 2 seconds. So like that. Next one, callback is also optional parameter, is a function. Callback is a function. Callback callback parameter is a function to be executed after the fade-in method completed. Fade-in method complete. Okay, this is the fade-in method. Okay, speed parameter specifies the duration of the effect. Okay, the time for the method fade-in effect. It can take the values slow, fast, and milliseconds. Callback is a function. Callback parameter. This parameter is a function. Okay, to be executed after the fade-in method completed. And fade out also same. Using this method we can disappear the HTML elements. Okay, HTML elements. Okay, fade out a visible element. So nothing but fade out a visible element. So syntax for fade out, dollar symbol, selector dot fade out. Fade out method also same, speed and callback, two parameters. Okay, in fade out also same speed parameter and callback parameter. Speed parameter specifies the duration of the effect. Okay, it's a time duration, and the same values it will accept. And the callback parameter also here also both optional parameters. The callback is a function to be executed after the fade out method completed. Next, fade toggle. So toggle method toggles between fade in and fade out. So like toggle method in hide and show, right? This method toggles between fade in and fade out methods. Okay, works between fade in and fade out methods. If the element is visible, then it's fade out the element. If the element is fade out, then element is fade in. So syntax for fade toggle, selector dot fade toggle method. For fade toggle method also same, speed and callback parameters. Okay, here also both speed and callback parameters both are optional parameters. Speed parameter specifies the duration of the effect, and callback parameter is a function to be executed after the fade toggle method completed. And finally, fade to method. So this method allows us to fade in to a given opacity. This method allows us to fading to a given opacity. A given opacity. So opacity values between 0 and 1. Okay, opacity values between 0 and 1. Okay, syntax for fade to. So it is little bit different from fade in and fade out fade toggle. Selector dot fade to. Here one more property added. Three properties: speed, next to opacity, and callback. Okay, one property is added extra. So speed parameter here in fade to method, speed and callback. Okay, these two are optional parameters, and opacity is the required parameter. Okay, compulsory we have to provide this value. Okay, compulsory we have to provide this parameter, required parameter, and speed and callback are optional. If you want to provide, you can provide speed and callback, otherwise you can leave this speed and callback parameters, but you should provide the opacity parameter when you use the fade to method. Opacity is the required parameter in the fade to method. The fade to method specifies fading to a given opacity. It specifies fading to a given opacity. Okay, so the optional callback parameter is a function to be executed after the fading method completes. So one example on these four methods. Okay, fade in, fade out, fade toggle, and fade to. So just create one HTML form. Okay, fade effects dot html. Copy this one. So copy this library. Here I want to take div tag. Okay, div tag with some content. Content is from here. Okay, so div id is div1. Okay, content in div tag. This is the content in div tag to display in the browser, and write some css properties for div tag, like div background color, div height, okay, border color. Okay, div1. Okay, sorry. We have to define the style tag. So hash div1 background color, just use red color, and text color triple F is white color, and div height 200 pixel, and width also 200 pixels, padding 10 pixel, and border is 2 pixel solid border, and border color is border color is okay, use this color for border. Okay, now take four buttons for four methods. Type equal to button and value equal to fade in. Okay, id btn fade in. Fade out, fade toggle, finally fade to method. Okay, so we define the id and a text for the buttons, four buttons here. So when you click on the fade in button, the div tag appear, okay, from the hidden mode. So now in this style use display none property, so that when you run the page, the div tag is in hidden mode. Okay, so when you click on fade in button, the div tag will appear. So now dollar symbol hash btn fade in dot click. Okay, when you click on the fade in button, this function is executed. Dollar symbol selector means okay, element id or name or okay, class name, and fade in method. So fade in method takes two parameters, one is speed and second one is callback parameter. So I don't want to provide speed and callback parameters. Okay, so directly return fade in method without any parameters. So now run this example. So when you run this page, when you run this example, first time div tag is in hidden mode, okay, and the div tag is disappear. So when you run the when you click on fade in button, the div tag will appear using this method. Okay, okay, fade in a hidden element. Okay, div tag is hidden mode. Okay, so actually we use it display none property so that div tag is not displaying. So when you click on fade in button, div tag is visible, right? So you can see here display none property is hidden and display block property is applied. So when you click on this button, otherwise I want to run this fade in method in the particular time duration. Like I want to execute this method, this effect 3 seconds. Okay, so now run this example again. So click on this button. Okay, in 3 seconds it is fade in. And if you want to give this like a 10 seconds, and otherwise you can give the value here. And after complete this fade in method, I want to display the some alert message. Okay, for this create one function. The function name is hello. Just display the method is effect is completed. Okay, this alert box will display after complete this fade in method. So call that function name here hello. Okay, hello is the function name. So after complete 3 seconds, after complete the fade in method in 3 seconds, this function is executed and display the alert box. So click on this button. Okay, after 3 seconds, fade effect is completed, alert box is displaying. Okay, so like this you can provide the parameters to the function to this method, and also fade out fade toggle. When you click on fade out button, btn fade out dot click function dollar symbol hash d1 dot fade out. Okay, so okay, without any parameters, if you run this method, immediately the div tag is disappear. So run this example. Okay, first fade in, the div tag is displaying in 3 seconds, and after that click on fade out button. Okay, immediately disappear the div tag. Okay, so that you can provide the time duration. So I want to disappear this div tag in 5 seconds, and after complete the fade out method, so I want to execute this function. So this is nothing but a callback function. Okay, this is the callback function. So now run this example again. Fade in 3 seconds div tag is fade in, and when you click on fade out button, Within 5 seconds the div tag is fade out. Okay, it's disappear. And fade toggle button, fade toggle method. Btn fade toggle dot click function. Same here, function name is different. Fade toggle only. Okay, within 5 seconds div tag is fade in and fade out. So when you click on toggle button, so now run this example. Click on fade toggle. So within 5 seconds div tag is appearing. Okay, when you click on this button, within 5 seconds div tag is disappear. Okay, fade out. So within the single button, two functions fade in and fade out, both methods are executing. And finally fade to, with the given opacity the element is fade out or fade in. So button name fade to, and one more thing we need to provide here, uh, 0.26. Okay, so I want to apply the fade method on HTML element with the given opacity 0.26. Okay, opacity values can take between 0 and 1. After complete this fade to method, callback function is executed and display the alert message. Effect is completed. Okay, the div tag is displaying with not fully opacity, okay, fully transparent. Okay, 0.26. Okay, with given opacity the div tag is displaying. Okay, so these are the fade effects in jQuery. Next, uh, sliding methods. jQuery sliding methods. Yes, slide methods are sliding methods. So using jQuery, you can create a sliding effects on HTML elements. You can create sliding effects on HTML elements using jQuery. Okay, so when you click on the button, the div tag is um, div tag is move up, and when you click on the button the div tag is comes down. Okay, slide up and slide down. So here three methods available in jQuery sliding methods are three methods. First one, slide down. Second one, slide up. And third one, slide toggle. Okay, so these are the three methods in sliding. So when you if you use slide down method, the HTML element will comes down from slide up. Okay, jQuery slide down method is used to slide down an HTML element. Method is used to slide down an HTML element. Syntax for slide down: selector dot slide down. Okay, in sliding methods also we have speed and callback parameters. Okay, so this is the syntax for slide down method. So when you click on the button, okay, slide down method will apply on the selector element with the given parameters, speed and callback parameters. And the slide up method, the jQuery slide up method is used to slide up an HTML element. Method is used to slide up an element. HTML element. Selector dot slide up speed and callback parameters also. Okay, same speed and callback parameters are optional parameters. Speed parameter specifies the duration of the effect, and callback parameters is a function to be executed after the speed and slide up method completed. And slide toggle method. So this method toggles between slide down and slide up methods. Okay, so if the element have been slide down, the slide toggle will slide them up. If the elements have been slide up, slide toggle will slide them down. Syntax for this slide toggle method: selector dot slide toggle feed and callback. Okay, so these are the three methods in jQuery sliding methods. So an example on these three methods: create one HTML form, sliding methods.html. Yes, we can use this one. Okay, here we can use only three buttons. Okay, content, we can change this content. Okay, this is the content to display the div tag. And okay, same styles we can use for div1 tag, div1 element. So now we can change the button names. Slide down, so button name is slide down. Slide up, okay, slide up method. Slide toggle. So when you click on this button, you can remove this one function here. So when you click on this slide down button, so method name we can change here, slide down. Okay, so 5 seconds we can give, and hello is the callback function. Okay, sliding effect is completed. So this alert box will display after complete slide down method. And when you click on slide up button, slide up function sliding method is executed and display the alert box. Okay, after complete this slide up method in 5 seconds, so this callback function is executed. So just we use this function name in slide toggle or slide up, slide down methods. Okay, so when you click on slide down button, this function is executed and apply slide down method on selected div tag. When you click on slide up button, this function is executed and apply slide up method on div tag. And finally slide toggle is applied. So these three methods time duration is 5 seconds, and after complete the 5 seconds, hello callback function is executed. So now run this example. Slide down. Okay, you can see the element is coming from coming from the top. When you click on slide up, the div tag is moving up. Okay, so slide down button, when you click on slide down button, the div tag is coming down. When you click on slide down button, slide up button, the div tag is move up. Okay, Okay, after complete the slide down method or slide up method, sliding effect is completed, alert box is displaying. So finally slide toggle. Okay, slide down completed. Again click on slide toggle button. Div tag is slide up. Okay, these are the sliding methods in JQuery. Okay, so next one more method is stop method. Okay, stop method in JQuery. So this method is used to stop the animations or effects before it is finished. This method is used to stop the animations or effects before it is finished. Okay, before it is finished. The stop method works for all jQuery effects. This method works for all jQuery uh, effects, jQuery effects like sliding effects, fading effects, and animations, so and so on. So this stop method works for all jQuery effects. Okay, custom animations also it will work. So finally we can stop the animation or effect before it is finished by using stop method. Syntax for this method: so dollar symbol selector dot stop. Okay, so this is the syntax for stop method. So when you click on stop button, this statement is executed. Okay, stop method is applies on HTML selector element. Okay, selected HTML element. So now already we implemented sliding methods example. So just we can take one stop button here. Okay, stop button. Okay, so when you click on slide up and slide down, slide toggle methods, these methods are executed. Okay, div tag is slide up and slide down is working. When you click on stop button, the slide method stopped in the middle. Okay, before it is finished, the effect is stopped. Stop button dot click d1 dot stop. Okay, because the animations are working on particular selected div tag, so that we can stop the animation on particular element only. So now run this example sliding method. click on slide toggle button. Okay, stop button. So 1 second. So we can take these buttons in the top of the div tag. So now run this example. Slide toggle stop. Okay. So the effect is stopped. Again you can click on slide toggle button. Okay, stop. Okay, you can stop the animation. You can stop the effect by clicking on stop button. Okay, again you can continue when you click on the button again. And next one is jQuery animate method. Okay, animate method. So this animate method allows us to create custom animations. jQuery animate method allows us to create custom animations. Okay, so custom animations we can create. Syntax for this: selector dot mesh. Selector and animate. Okay, this is the syntax for animate method, and we have to provide the parameters for animate method. Speed and callback. So here in flower brackets we need to provide CSS parameters, CSS properties as parameters. Okay, parameter is the collection of CSS properties. Okay, collection of CSS properties we can provide to the animate method to create the custom animations. So the required parameter the required params parameter defines the CSS properties to be animated, and the optional speed and callback parameters, uh, these both are optional parameter. Okay, this one is required parameter and these two are optional parameters. Speed parameter specifies the duration of the effect and it can take the values like slow, fast or milliseconds, and optional callback is an optional parameter. It is a function to be executed after the animate method completed. So now create one animation .html. Just use div tag div1, so take one button, okay, and animate button animate. So when you click on this button animate, click function, okay, dollar symbol hash div1 dot animate method. In this animate method, compulsory we need to provide the params parameter. So params parameter accept CSS properties only. Okay, uh, like left. So when you click on the button, div tags display the div tag display from the left 200 pixels. Okay, uh, it will change the height and width. Height 300 pixels and width also 300 pixels, and background color background is blue color. Okay, so this animate will be executed in 5 seconds, and after complete this animate method, my function is executed, that is call by function. Alert box will display animation completed. So now run this example. Animate. Actually we can apply CSS properties from here. Okay, d1 background color, text color, height 200, okay, width also 200, padding and border. So we can remove this display null property. So now this is the paragraph and div tag. So div tag is displaying like this. When you click on animate button, okay, div tag height and width is changing, and div tag is not moving because so already div tag is in 200 pixels left. Take this button in the top of the div tag, refresh this. Div tag background color is not applying. From left to 200 pixel. Why it is not moving from left? Okay, one more property we have to apply. Position is absolute. Okay, this property we have to apply. Position absolute. So click on animate button. Div tag is moving like this. Okay, from left to 100 pixel. Okay, height and width also changed. And one more property we can apply. Opacity. So opacity values is 0.6. And like this we can create the custom animations using multiple CSS properties.